Hey everybody, my name is Wifies and welcome back to my videos. That sounded really weird. Anyway, today I'm uploading on a Friday what I would be uploading on Wednesday because after thinking about it and talking to a few of my friends, uploading 4 times a week and school will be way too much for me to handle. And I decided to do this because the marble race wasn't getting enough love. I'm deciding to do this instead of what I was going to do on Wednesdays. If you guys like this, then be sure to comment down below. And if you don't like this and you prefer the marble race on Fridays or Minecraft videos, then be sure to comment that down below. But anyway, Pokemon Showdown is what we will be playing today. Pokemon Showdown is an awesome game that simulates Pokemon battles. You can make your own team using the team builder, and this episode will be completely dedicated to getting you started. Nah, just kidding, that'd be boring. We're going to be showcasing a team, and that will be the unbeatable team. Of course, this team is beatable. But basically, the basics, you choose a new team, you name it whatever you'd like, you select the format. I usually go with anything goes, because anything goes. You ignore the message, and you import and you add a Pokemon. You can choose through all different types of Pokemon, and when you pick a random one, you can give it whatever item, and each item gives it something else. Like, let's just choose leftovers, and at the end of every turn, we restore some HP. We can now choose its ability if it has more than one, and we can choose some moves. After we're done choosing some moves, we can do whatever we want to its stats, by using 11 which we want, and choose a nature to boost some stats and minus some other ones. After we're done, and we can pick 4 more Pokemon, then we can, and 5 more Pokemon, because you can have 6 on a team, we can go out and go to the battle button, selecting our team, and we can battle a random opponent. Of course, you don't want to battle with one Pokemon. Anyway, though, we're going to be selecting the unbeatable team and battling in anything goes. Hopefully this video isn't too long or too boring. I intend to do a few 2 matches to showcase this team. And if it's not too boring, then maybe I'll cut some stuff out. But anyway, we have found the match, and let's start the timer, because you always need to, if you start the timer, you can also stop it, but if your opponent starts the timer, which he just did, then we can't stop it anymore. Let's pick our first Pokemon, Pineco. Then you can choose your move strategically, and if you want to use this team, then it will be down in the description below. Anyway, we're going to start off with Toxic Spikes, and what this does, we put some spikes on his side of the field. When we do this, whenever somebody else switches in, they will get poisoned by these spikes. What just happened here? He fireballed us. But because of our sturdy ability, which is the ability that I chose, if we receive an attack that will kill us in 1 hit, we will actually not die. And because of the berry juice item, I regen back to full health. Now we're just going to send in another Stealth Rock. And of course, we don't have any more berry juice because you can only use it once, and so next turn we will obviously die. So we are dead. Now we gotta kill this guy. So what are we gonna pick? I'm gonna pick Nose Pass. Before we get into the Shuckles, which are the main bulk of this team, Nose Pass is another trolling Pokemon that I chose. Here are his abilities as shown, and I will use Toxic to poison my enemy. Sturdy saves us once again from dying, and Berry Juice gets us back to full. And that was the forfeited. Just shows you the magic of this team. So because the previous guy forfeited, which was awesome, you didn't get to see the bulk of this team, especially because we actually missed. And we got the timer requested really quickly. And if you're wondering why my username is Osimi, it's because it was my first Minecraft name that I based off of a game. And yeah, so I decided to use it for Pokemon Showdown. Anyways, let's choose our Pineco again, and hopefully he knows. He's probably going to shoot out something called a Cobweb. And anyway, yeah, he shot a Sticky Web, which means whenever things enter, then of course, we'll get slowed. But we have something he doesn't. This is called Rapid Spin. And because he didn't attack us, we can actually use a free Pain Split. And instead of attacking, he actually poisoned. That is extremely smart, considering the fact that he now is able to kill us because our sturdy doesn't work. Now what? Well, now we're going to send in our Nose Pass, and hopefully this guy isn't immune to poison. We are slowed down, but it doesn't matter because we're slower than him anyway. We only have 4 speed, and he has 346. Anyway, he's going to poison us because he knows our tricks, but actually, we're going to send out Magic Coat. And he was a genius once again, and I'm actually going to send out a Toxic Poison. He strikes us with lightning, and we poison him back. Because of how this team, we missed. Because of how this team works, I'm dead because he can just Thunderbolt me. because of how this team works, I need to be able to hit. And I need to be able to have full on that poison hit. So this was kind of a dead end. Anyway, we're going to end up sending out our first Shuckle. And that Shuckle is, before we do, I'm going to make sure my weakness, using the weakness command, Shuckle, he does not take extra damage from lightning, so that's good. Now we can see our opponent's weakness. Weakness, Galvantula. And now, we know that his abilities are fire and rock. We do not have any Shuckles with a rock, but we do have one with earthquake, which is ground. That is good enough for me, and we are sending our Shuckle in. Here are how our Shuckles play. We have earthquake, that allows us to do damage. Rest restores us to full health, but makes us sleeping. Sleep Talk allows us to use any move at random when we're asleep. And Acupuncture raises 2 stats like you see now. And we are paralyzed, but our paralysis was cured by our Lum Berry, which was the item that I chose. We will not Acupuncture again. And hopefully this time he will Thunder us, because if his only attack is Thunder, we actually have some time before we have to rest. Now he has some evasion. Because his last attack did 25 damage, I'm going to rest, because if he hits... Oh, he missed. Evasion makes you more likely to miss. It makes your opponent likelier to miss. We are now asleep, and we are full health again. We can now use Sleep Talk, because we usually asleep for 2 turns before you wake up. Our Sleep Talk chose to use Earthquake, which doesn't do any damage because we have no attack boosts, and it's a bad move anyway. We are going to be asleep for another turn because of how this game works, and we will Sleep Talk once more. Because of our evasion, you can see that he's missing. And I'll get back to you once I have some major stat upgrades. So he switched Pokemon, and because I'm not sure if this will be a Tam or a Die, I decided to cut back in. We have 2 times evasion, which means we are extremely likely to dodge the attack, but we also have poisoning, which we can cure by sleeping, but I'm not sure yet if that's what I want to do. He noticed that our weakness, Gyarados, I didn't put the Y, Gyarados, you notice that he's immune to ground, which means our attack is actually useless against this guy, which sucks. And because of this, I will now stop the timer, head into my team builder, because you can do this cool thing with Windows, hashtag not sponsored. This game is awesome. And we can go in and change our Shuckle's Earthquake to our Rock. What's a move that I want to do? Let's think about this. Let's choose Stone Edge, which is a good move in general, and nothing is immune to rock. We will head back into our window, and he started the timer. Of course, we can now rest because... Oh, we have stats. This is actually going to be fun. Our rest puts us to sleep, and when something interesting happens, I'll tune you back in. I just wanted you to see the change. So he actually killed us. He was lucky enough to hit us twice while we were sleeping, and now he will send in Marshadow. Marshadow would usually die because he has less speed now. He only has 383, and this person has ×4 speed, so they have way more, and we have Evelyn's 0.67. But our Marshadow's item is Focus Sash, which means if there was an attack that would kill us, Marshadow would actually stay alive at 1 health, which means no matter what, we will actually end up stealing his boosts. See? Sash, 1 health, and the boosts are now mine, and I can attack with them against him. Now I have an extremely stacked Marshadow and 2 Shuckles remaining. What will our opponent do? You are about to find out. He sends out Haunch Crow, which we will now check their weakness. Their weakness is Ice. Perfect, we have an Ice move. And they used Extreme Speed. So regretfully for us, we are so gone. But anyway, we can hopefully come back from this by using another Shuckle. This is my favorite Shuckle because of his poison ability. But anyway, let's send out a poison onto our opponent right now. And their opponent is now poisoned. I will rest. I accidentally sleep talked. Okay guys, we are on to our last Shuckle, and this is a big deal. Hopefully we can survive long enough with this Shuckle to live against his entire assault. That killed us to 1 health. We are now full once more, but this will not be very good. We are awake, but he has to send in another Pokemon, and he chooses Galvantula, the lightning one. We already concluded that lightning doesn't do a lot of damage to my Pokemon, but because he has no more I think his guys aren't immune to ice, but if they are, that will be extremely bad, and we are sure to yawn. Luckily, we have evasion, and I'll tell you if I lose or if something interesting happens again. Guys, this could make or break us. This is clip 7, I think. But if he hits us with this attack, we are dead, and we have only 2-2-3 evasion. Hopefully this works. It didn't work. So we lost the first battle. No biggie, the first guy forfeited. We lost the second battle. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the final round of today's video. Hope you come here. That was weird. See you next time. Or see you next round. We are in a new round, guys, with clip number 8. And really, I hope this works. We are sending out our Pineco first, as usual. And when we get into a nose pass or when something bad happens, I will definitely let you know. Oh, this guy used a move called Dragon Tail. He actually sent us out and swapped us for another Pokemon. He swapped us for Marshadow. Our Pineco is now gone, but we have littered the floor on his side of the field. Let's see who he sends in next. Skarmory. We can check his weakness using the weakness command I used earlier. Electric and Fire. Unluckily for us, we have none of those weaknesses, but we do have a Ghost. And while I don't want to risk Marshadow's life, I will go back into Pineco and have him substitute. Actually, this guy decided to attack. That's awesome. He boosts his attack, and while he does that, Pineco will place another Toxic Spike on the other side of the field. Flying creatures like Skarmory can't be affected, but Marshadow is able to steal this attack once it is his turn. Anyway, using Pineco's ability, we can now make Skarmory lose even more and more health. Let's see what he decides to do. He uses Roost and heals himself back to full. And I will run out of Pain Split. I think he'll run out of Roost before I run out of Pain Split, so he decides to Drill Peck us. I split our Pain again, and he regains a bit of health using his Leftovers item. This will continue until he either decides to switch Pokemon, Forfeit, or Roost until you're done. He will run out of Roost eventually. I have 20, he has Roosts, as you can see right here, a little circled, he has 14 Roosts left, and I have 24 Pain Splits. So, forfeited. So you can probably see that this deck is amazing. And that, I guess, is it, because I don't want to make this video insanely long. But if you enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you means so much. The end card is coming up to tell you the exact same thing, though. Be warned. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. We got a cool, helpful visual on screen, and you can hit the top left icon to subscribe, or hit the top right to see another video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.